Hey guys, I just want to make a quick video. Like you haven't heard that before. And then 40 minutes later, I'm done talking. Alright, we know there was a bloodbath on the world markets, pretty much. Thursday, Friday, just terrible. And now they're saying, and of course, S&P, Standard & Poor, wait till after the markets close worldwide to announce we're downgrading the United States credit. Debt, whatever, credit or debt, however you want to call it. And, and the outlook is negative. So, of course, if they would have came out with that Thursday night, it would have been brutal Friday. So the fact that they waited till Friday, after all the markets closed, to come out with the announcements, or the announcement is still there. So, Monday's going to come along. Today's Saturday right now, 7:45 p.m. my time, Eastern, doing this video. And Monday's going to come along, and there's an emergency G7 meeting going on through a teleconference. Germany's just come out, I guess, and said that's it. We're not touching Italy. Nothing. We're not bailing them out. That's it. That's the money that they need to be bailed out is incredible. We're not going to do it. And remember what I told you the other day. Italy isn't even compared to Spain. Spain is a much larger problem than Italy. And they're not even talking about Spain, even though Spain is already in the spotlight now, and there's been protests over there. And, as I mentioned months ago in my other videos, don't listen to what these people say. Watch what happens. Sure enough, it happens exactly as we say it does. Because we're realists. We pay attention to facts. Where someone else, I'm on my computer, and, the TV's on, Obama just said something. Yeah, we need to bring jobs back to America. Yeah, that's my guy. Okay, turn the TV off. Back to my computer. But did you see? Did you spend any more attention with that? Did you see if he's doing anything to bring jobs back? Well, no. I just turned on the TV for a second. I heard what I voted for him for. I heard him say it. Hey, he's doing stuff for us. So that's all I needed to hear. Well, isn't it important that you see what they do as opposed to just run their mouths? I mean, isn't that, or was that like your little feel-good medicine, and then you go back here, whatever. So, anyways. Monday morning could be what some people are labeling Black Monday on the stock market. Just worse than Thursday and Friday. Just another worse than the bloodbath on Thursday and Friday. Just brutal. And as you can see, gold really hasn't been affected whatsoever. Yeah, it got hit hard a little bit. Boom, popped right back up. Hit hard the next day. Boom, popped right back up. It's right where it left off. Silver has taken a little hit. But it's 38 bucks. It's not 20. It's $38. And the other thing I want to mention is that, again, gold and silver are traded on Wall Street as paper assets. The paper price sets the physical price, which is, of course, backwards, but that's how it is. And we know they're both leveraged, especially silver. So when everyone dealt with the bloodbath on Thursday and Friday, not expecting that to happen, they got margin calls. What happens when they get a margin call? I got to come up with some cash to put my account back flush. So, my silver and gold accounts, they're doing pretty good. I'll liquidate those accounts, sell my contract over there, take that cash, and put it into these margin calls that I got. That's what happens. So the fact that can and will and does happen, if we do have a brutal market crash, which I am totally going to say, it's obvious at this point, it's just a matter of how soon, I don't know. But it's going to happen, and it could take gold and silver down just because of the mechanics of it. Those are paper-traded assets. But at the same time, how many people, real people, are actually into those assets to be liquidated? And I don't know the answer to that. Therefore, I don't know how much they could come down. Or you could see the slight effect that you're seeing with gold. All the news came out even on Thursday night, Friday morning, before the markets really opened, or we're just beginning to open, and it was green and looks good. All the idiots on Fox News and every other mainstream site, gold, gold got hit too. You see, gold, no, gold. And then what happened at the end of the day? It pushed back up where it left off. So people realized gold and silver is money, especially right now gold for the time being, and they poured back into it. So what you might see is a push down on gold and silver, or maybe silver is affected more than gold during this little period or whatever of this major stock market collapse that's going to happen. And they're able to push the price of silver and gold down. Again, short term, very, very short term. And then everyone's going to realize, hey, United States used to be the safe haven to put your money in when the rest of the world was looking kind of grim. Now the USA's got their debt rating cut. and let's say the market's completely collapsed, USA gets another cut or something, whatever, people are going to realize there's only one thing to put your money in. It'll be the slap in the face for them, but whatever, gold and silver. So whatever price gold and silver is at that moment, look out, because it's going to skyrocket. Uh-huh. Okay, I'll fix it in a minute. Yeah, hold on. So, what I wanted to talk about, the purpose of this video, really, the real purpose, is, let's say Monday. You know what Monday is, right? Today's the 6th, that's Saturday. 7th is Sunday. And the 8th is Monday. Very important date. August 8th. Why? What's August 8th? Remember what I've said before? Look at the left hand. Look over here, while the right hand, which is far more important, is doing something over here. But don't look over there. Look at the left hand. And the left hand right now is the markets, U.S. downgraded, all that stuff. And what is August 8th? I would love to tell you, and I'm going to tell you. August the 8th is the do or die day for the Obama birth certificate issue at the forefront. So, Orly Tates, the attorney, and her little crew, which apparently is a couple of experts, I mean true, real experts in document forgeries. The Hawaii State of Health, whatever health department, is not complying with the court order thus far, telling them you have to now show that document, the birth certificate. The fact, you originally said there's privacy concerns, and we stuck with you. Now that the president himself has posted his birth certificate for the whole world to see with nothing blacked out on it on the whitehouse.gov website, privacy is no longer concerned. The Freedom of Information Act is now true and correct. Court order signed. Produce the document. So they didn't reply. They didn't say, no, we're not going to comply. They didn't say anything. And the time period for them to come back and say something has come and gone. Now they must comply with the court order. And they haven't yet, and I guess the 8th of August is the last date that they have to comply, or something. I'm not sure exactly why the 8th was chosen, but I think that's why. So they are physically flying to Hawaii. They may already be there right now, as a matter of fact, her and her group, and they are going to walk up to the front door of the health department with the court order signed by the judge. Show us the document. The same one that you allegedly sent off to the White House to make a scanned copy with, or whatever, that he said was the real deal. You have to have it, because that's what they said they got it from. And as I said in my other videos regarding his birth certificate that I completely destroyed using the programs that you would manipulate that thing with, and I went through it step by step, and to this date, with over 15,000 views, nobody has come to me and said, listen dude, I've debunked what you did, do this, and this, and I'll show you. It doesn't exist. And I put that out in the video. If anyone can prove me wrong, I will erase this video if I have to, or make a correction in a new video, and then link it on this video saying, hey, I was wrong. Someone else debunked mine. Appreciate that, because now I can change my scientific view, if you will, like a real scientist would do. My hypothesis has changed because of real data coming out. Therefore, I must change my thoughts and opinion on this. But that hasn't happened. So, as I said, basically, how much you want to bet that when they walk into there, or something comes with this whole birth certificate issue, we knew you guys were coming on Monday, so I went ahead and pulled the file early, set it on my desk. You guys are here now. Someone's ran off with this file. We can't find the file that had his birth certificate in it. Someone has stolen it. We don't know who did it, right? Or it doesn't exist, and they don't give you a reason other than it's lost. It's been lost since the time we gave it to the White House, and now, because we haven't been back in the file cabinet or whatever to look at it. Therefore, it's being written off as lost. They're not going to say we don't have it. I mean, if they say that, if the Hawaii, whatever her name is, Laura Fuddy or Duddy, Dodo Bird, whatever her name is, comes out and actually says, look, they put me up to this. I don't want any part of this. They forced me to say this, and it doesn't exist, and I'm scared or something, whatever. If that happens, oh boy, that's going to make news. But what I suspect is going to happen, because I know government oh so well, we lost it. There was a small office fire on cabinet number 7, filing cabinet number 6, and that happened to be exactly where Obama's birth certificate was. Sorry about that. Therefore, you can still have the Obama maniacs arguing with you. See, they had it, but it's lost now, and you can't prove them wrong, right? Because the document's gone. Now, any adult human being would know there's a crime that's been committed, and it's missing because it never existed, clearly. Which also means you didn't give a copy to them, because there's no way you would have lost it right now. No way. That thing would be under lock and key because you guys were on it like hawks. Wouldn't let anybody see it. You stood out in the media and said, that lady from the health Department of Health, I've personally seen it and it's real. Oh, really? We're going to see if she's personally seen it or not, because I'm telling you, we can't find it. That's what's going to happen. So while we're over here focused on the bloodbath Monday morning, Black Monday, or if that even happens, by the way, stock market downgrading the U.S. debt, that's all it's going to be talked about. That's all we're going to hear about all next week. It's obvious. Everybody knows that. So again, on the right hand over here is going to be fiddling with the birth certificate issue. And do you think Fox News and CNN and MSNBC and CBS and the rest of these bozos, aka news agencies, should change their name to propaganda only, you really think they're going to cover that story? And if they do, man, God bless them for the first time in their life of doing something right. But again, we know the news agencies are in with the government. We know, they're like this. It's not going to happen. So I can't wait to see what happens Monday morning. And if by chance the damn birth certificate is found, and the expert she has with them confirms, man, this thing's actually real, then it better match up identical to the one in the White House. And then I will remove my video saying, hey, I think they got me. I think I've been proven wrong, and fine, because that's all we've been asking for. Show us the real birth certificate. It's simple. It's a piece of paper. Go show it, rather than spend $2 million in lawyer fees trying to fight people from seeing it, only to just release it almost 2 years later. Anyways, what the hell is that? This is another Watergate. This is another, Nixon. I was just watching something earlier today. Speaking of Nixon, it's another Watergate scandal. Somebody set him up, basically, with that birth certificate issue. And, as Lindsey Williams has said many, many times now, the elite, as much as it may not seem like it because of what Obama's doing and accomplishing, that seemed terrible for the rest of us in our nation, they're not happy with him for some reason or another. And he's said that multiple times. And he's even said, they'll deal with him. Don't you people even think about doing anything to him. So whatever. But speaking of Nixon, flip on the TV earlier this morning, there's an historical live footage from 74, I think 1974. Before I was even born, of course. And, it's Nixon giving his speech to all of the staff and all the people around him in the White House East Wing or East Room, whatever they call it. And he's on his way out, he's leaving after Watergate. And you see everybody's face is just sad. This is our guy, who's our president. We were his staff. Nobody's happy. Some people have tears in their eyes, etc. And they painted that camera around the room. And guess what son of a gun I saw? Henry Kissinger. The guy Lindsey Williams speaks about, who went over and made that deal with the OPEC nations to use the American dollar and told them we won't be producing our own oil, which we have plenty of, by the way. And we will make them be the world producers as long as they demand that US dollars, be used to buy, sell, and trade oil. That was the deal. And Henry Kissinger pulled that off. So an interesting thing happened when they panned that camera around, and I recognize old young Kissinger. He doesn't seem sad like the rest of the people in the room. Matter of fact, he almost has a little evil eye going on, kind of like a little, evil smile going on as they pan that camera around. Huh. I can't rewind in my room, so I was like, well, I know what I just saw. So there, a couple minutes goes by, and oh, there he is again. He's whispering in someone's, ear, and I don't know if he sees the camera or whatever, and then kind of pulls back and still has that little evil smile going on. So they got their guy. They got Nixon wouldn't play ball with some plan they wanted. We got him out. Watergate, see ya. You don't play with the club. You don't do what the club says. You're out of here. So I got a feeling, clearly, they would never, ever have thought it was a good idea to put a fake birth certificate on the White House after him spending $2 million defending it. There is an agenda with that damn thing. I'm here to tell you, and I don't know what it is fully yet. But we may be about to find out on Monday, 2 days from now, when she, Orly Tates, goes to Hawaii and knocks on that old health department's door. Court order signed. Show us the money. Can't wait to see how that happens while everybody else is focused on Wall Street and my 401k and oh my God, right? And remember I told you the other did a video, it might have been my very last video or one before that, I don't remember. I said I think I found a little gem on YouTube, and I mentioned that guy I found who's like a kind of psychic or whatever, and his claim that on the end of July there will be some kind of event, financially speaking, that will let everybody know once and for all there will be no recovery, the economic collapse is for real, and there never was a recession. It was just the beginning basically of this depression that's going to get far worse. It'll be clear as day at that point by this event. And again, I made the video and said, well, look what happened bloody Friday, Thursday and Friday on the stock market. But I don't know if I mentioned this. I may have. I should have watched the video of myself again just to make sure I did or didn't say this, but I'll say it now because I don't think I did. Late Friday night, S&P, Standard & Poor, came out with we are downgrading the USA's, outlook or AAA credit score to AA plus and negative outlook. Now that news alone, I thought to myself later or this morning, that news alone, even if the market didn't tank on Thursday and Friday, and then Friday came out and that was the one thing they did, is say we're downgrading the USA's credit or credit rating. That event alone would have fulfilled what that guy said, technically speaking. That is an event that has never happened in the entire history, as far as I know anyways, entire history of the United States of America, where our credit rating was downgraded. Even by one of the clown groups, I think it was there, Fitch, S&P, and then Moody's. Three of those bozos, again, they all shake each other's hand behind the scenes and, oh yeah, as if they're like some third party, when in fact they're basically all in bed with the United States. So when one of them cuts their rating, it's about 10 times worse or more than the reasons that they gave, because they had they felt like, listen, we can't keep putting this on, the whole world's looking. Dude, come on, we have to do this now. All right, give us a double, AA plus, take us down one notch. And Moody's and Fitch, just stand your ground for now. Okay, fine. It's going to get cut again. Interest rates will be going up again. And the housing prices are going to be going down because the interest rates will be going up eventually. I don't know the exact timing, but in the near future, in a country near you soon. So I had a thought today too, because I thought to myself, hey, if that happens, prices go down, silver and all that stuff we already know is going up, I'll be able to get the property that I may have wanted a while back far cheaper than I originally anticipated, because the prices are going to plummet. And people's credit's going to be thrown out the window as they lose their jobs, credit scores collapse. Half the country may not have a credit score anymore in the very near future. Therefore, who is all that real estate going to be sold to? And the elite aren't going to be scooping up little pieces of property. They only want the big stuff. So that's going to force people to push the price down anyways. Plus, the banks that do lend money out, they're going to be charging higher interest rates. Therefore, people have to qualify to make that payment. And the house pricing isn't good enough. It needs to come down for them to qualify, etc. But I thought about something. What if the sheep will start catching on to this little movement like I'm having and other people? I want to get out of the city. I want to head out towards Pasture Dowell, country land, have some goats, chickens, just some bare minimal stuff, whatever you want to call it, and just get away from the big city. What if people start catching on and those types of properties don't really go down, but actually start going up because they become a hot commodity, versus the city properties and the big tuna can squeeze into your neighbor? I live in a $500,000 house. I'm a big shot. How close is your neighbor? 7 feet away. How about his neighbor? 7 feet away. So you guys are in a little prison system and you're within your own little rich community, but you're too dumb to see that. You think you're a big shot because you live in a high-priced house packed in next to each other. It's stupid. I'd rather live in a dump on 20 acres than live in a nice McMansion, on half an acre with neighbors all over my, all over my butt cheeks, so close to me. So, anyways, I just want to throw that out. Let's see how Monday goes, and keep stacking silver. Talk to y'all later.